In May 1973, on the Isle of Wight in the United Kingdom, two 7-year-old children had one of the strangest encounters ever recorded in paranormal history. A young girl, known only as Faye, and an unnamed boy about the same age were playing near Lake Common in Sandown, an area of marshy ground, streams, and open fields, close to the golf club and airport. It was a normal afternoon until they heard a bizarre, wailing sound, like an ambulance siren, but unearthly and mechanical. Curious, they crossed a small footbridge over a stream to investigate. What they found has puzzled researchers for over 50 years. A tall, cartoonish figure that looked like a cross between a clown, a robot, and something not of this world. This is the story of All Colors Sam, also known as the Sandown Clown. After the encounter, the children returned home. Faye waited about 3 weeks before telling her father, Mr. Y. He was initially skeptical, but was impressed by the incredible detail and consistency in his young daughter's story. Mr. Y himself had an interest in unusual phenomena and had seen strange lights in the sky before. He contacted local researcher Leonard G. Cramp, who passed the full report to the British UFO Research Association, or BUFORA. The case was published in the BUFORA Journal in 1978 under the title Ghost or Spaceman 73. Investigators noted how consistent the children's drawings and descriptions were. When Faye's father and others later searched the area, the metallic hut had completely vanished. Workmen who had been nearby reportedly saw nothing unusual, as if the encounter had occurred in a separate bubble of reality. The Sandown clown case has fascinated researchers for decades because of its friendly and surreal nature. In more recent years, the adult Faye reportedly came forward to researcher Paul A.T. Wilson, confirming her story and sharing that she had several additional encounters with Sam in later years, including as a teenager. She still possessed original drawings and notes from the events. Theories about Sam's identity range from an extraterrestrial visitor, an interdimensional being, a modern fairy or nature spirit, to a possible elaborate hoax or shared hallucination. No evidence of a costume, circus, or prank has ever surfaced. Whether real or not, the gentle, colorful figure known as All Colors Sam remains one of the most unique and endearing accounts in paranormal lore. A friendly visitor who briefly stepped into our world, shared a conversation with two children, and then disappeared back into the unknown, leaving us to wonder what else might be hiding in quiet places on ordinary afternoons. The being stood nearly 7 feet tall with no visible neck. Its large head appeared wedged straight onto its shoulders. It wore a bright green tunic with a red collar, white trousers or leggings, and a pointed yellow hat with a black knob on top, and what looked like wooden antennae sticking out on either side. Its arms and legs resembled stiff wooden slats, and it had blue gloves with only 3 fingers and 3-toed feet. The face was pale white, almost like papier-mâché or a mask, with triangular markings for eyes, a square brown nose, motionless yellow lips, round cheek patches, and a fringe of red hair. The children described it as clumsy and shy. As they approached, the figure fumbled with a notebook or book, dropping it into the water and awkwardly retrieving it. It carried a black knobbed microphone with a white flex, and the siren sound seemed to come from this device. When the being spoke into the microphone, its high-pitched, nasal voice became clear even from a distance. It retreated briefly into a small, windowless, metallic-looking hut that it said it had just made. Faye stayed to talk with the being while the boy was nervous and wanted to leave. The figure opened its notebook and wrote in large letters, "Hello, and I am All Colors Sam." When the children asked what it was, Sam replied that it was not really a man and not exactly a ghost, but in an odd sort of way. It said it came from another world or dimension, was frightened of adult humans, and would not fight back if attacked. Sam asked the children questions about their lives on Earth, their families, and everyday things. It ate berries in a bizarre way, performing a conjuring trick by pushing one into its ear and making it reappear in its eye socket. The conversation lasted around 20 to 30 minutes. Sam seemed gentle, curious, and almost childlike. It drew a picture of what others like itself might look like. The children later said Sam felt safe with them, even though it feared people in general.